Pag sinabi niya, when Jesus had finished speaking, like finished speaking of parables, no, in the verse 53, he went away. Kasi po, chapter 10 is a body, chapter 13 is a body of parables. And ang tingin doon ni Matthew, it's one of the sermons of Jesus. And Jesus has got 5 sermons in the Gospel of Matthew. And all sermons, chapter 7, after chapter 5, 6, and 7, ends with, when he had finished speaking. Chapter 10, regarding the lifestyle of his apostles. Chapter 13, about the parables. Chapter 18, about instructions about those he have sent as missionaries. And finally, chapter 24 and then 25, regarding the end time. All these 5 body of teachings of Jesus is concluded with the phrase, when he had finished speaking. And the segue is that he will be in action. He will be curing. He will be doing miracles. People will experience the bounty of God's goodness. After the good news, he manifests that the good news is goodness on the part of God. It's a nice pattern. Sa ating pong gospel today, ang kanyang parable is about, at the end time, pagdating po ng moment of reckoning, there will be a casting, like a casting. Ang figure po is a casting of the net in the sea. And what it is able to draw from the sea are both good and bad. Brothers and sisters, no? Hanggang end time pala, hanggang sa huli. Merong mabait at meron din pong natitirang masama. According to this, yung good fish goes to the bucket. It will provide life. It will become a life-giving element sa buhay ng tao. But the bad fish or the bad hull, baka plastic siguro sa ating panahon, it will be thrown into the fire to be burnt. Yung ganyang senaryo, tinanong ni Kristo, do you understand what I am telling you? Well, hindi pa po tayo nasa end time, pero sa dami po ng pag-o-offer ng misa para sa patay, parang nadadalas yata. May namamatay within the week na parang pinapadasal dito sa misa ko. Hindi po bumababa ng 3 o 4. Yung kamamatay lang. Parang tuloy-tuloy po na merong, Father, kamamatay lang, kamamatay lang, kamamatay lang. Nandito po yung faculty and staff ng college department ng Assumption College. Pag-uusapan natin mamayang hapon ang reality ng kamatayan. Today, in this time. In between that time and now, magandang tingnan yung first reading. Galing sa prophet Jeremiah, di ba? Already in the past days, we have a Jeremiah that is parang always presenting a very kind of sad, if not a bad scenario of the situation of the people of God, of Israel. And the prophecy is always a prophecy of doom. And nabansagan siya as a prophet of doom. And he was even rejected by his people. Pero nagkatotoo po kasi they were all exiled into Iraq, into what we call Babylon at the time. And yet, in this chapter 18 of his book, the prophet Jeremiah, sabi ng Diyos, Jeremiah, pupunta ka nga dun sa potter's house. pag ako'y napupunta ng Batulaw, meron dong John Pettyjohn. Kilala ko yung John Pettyjohn na yun eh. He's a wonderful sculptor. I don't know if he's still alive. Once he even lived in a condominium building where my brother lived. And this John Pettyjohn has a potter's house. Quite on the ridge of Tagaytay, overlooking the volcano. And it's interesting to watch a potter. I had one occasion when I went to vegan, and I thought that as a cultural experience after preaching to the clergy of Lawag, if I could pass vegan, because vegan tiles, vegan ceramics, vegan terracotta, I went to a terracotta pottery house. And it's interesting how pottery is made. And that's what God said to Jeremiah. Punta ka nga doon and look at this situation. Look at the scenario of it. And he saw that there was a potter on the wheel, di ba? May umiikot na gano'n. Tapos he puts clay and then with his hands, skillful hands, makes the shape of the pot that he wants to make. Is it for a plant? Is it for something to drink? Is it a big bowl? I don't know. But what he saw was that what that potter was doing broke. I mean, it did not hold. The clay did not become firm. And so, it seemed that it just became soil again, clay again. And sabi niya, look at what he did. The same clay, he did not throw it away. But minasa pa niya. Kasi siguro may butlig-butlig may buo-buo. Lalo niyang minasa. Talagang pinukpok pa niya para maging talagang very fine yung clay. Kasi dun sa buo-buo, mga butil-butil na yon, dun nagsisimula ang crack So until it was a very fine like a dough, di ba, pagmamasa ng dough, nung very fine na, sinimulan niya ulit, inilagay niya sa wheel, at nagsimula siya ulit gumawa ng pot. While that is a normal occurrence like the nets being thrown into the sea, sabi niya, the word of the Lord came to me. What did God say to Jeremiah? Can I not do to you as the potter has done? Like clay in the hand of the potter, so are you in my hand, house of Israel. Yes, there will be exile. There will be great tribulation. There will be death. There will be seemingly extermination. And somehow, nung akala mo binubuo na, nasira uli. And so, lalong dumating yung extermination feeling kasi lalong dinikdik. Lalong parang pinaliit pa ang mga butil-butil. Pinagkahampas pa yung clay. Could be the exile experience po that he is predicting will be very painful. But the intention is makabuo. Makabuo. Ano po ba ang binubuo ng Diyos? Kasi we are in the hands of the potter. O Philippines. O Asia. The whole world. We are in the hands of God. Ano po ba binubuo niya sa atin? At bawat isa sa atin, ang ating pamilya. Meron ba tayong mga butil-butil that would become the crack? That whatever effort on the part of God, bumuo, masisira din. And therefore, hindi na ba niya itatapon ang clay The same lump of clay, gagamitin pa rin niya for a renewed effort towards a beautiful vessel. consoling, but also desolating, di ba? Bago pala tayo mabuo, maraming pagdadaanan pa. At sabi ko sa inyo, maybe ang panahon ko, 66 years old, ang tingin sa akin sarili, 20 years from now, pwede na siguro, even 10 years from now. Okay na, di ba? In fact, 5 years from now, 70 for those who are in the normal life and 80 for those who are strong. Well, whatever time, kasi anyone now, there's evidence in death in anyone. Pero, pumapayag po ba tayong mabuo? Pero, ang feeling ko po sa mga kabataan kung 20 years old pa o nasa college, after senior high school, early 20s, what is 20 years? 40 anyos pa lang po yan, mga teachers ng college. Are we building with them a real future like what God wants to build? Are we contributing into the shaping, into the molding of a new heart, a new spirit, a new mind, different from our present generation of individualism, a generation of consumerism, spurred by greed, spurred by gain, spurred by competition. And therefore, effect sa mga mahihina, marginalization. Naiisang tabi po. Mga tao po yan. Kawangis, kabukha ng Panginoon. Pero itong society na ating natagpuan, itinatabi po. Parang walang kwenta. Walang kwenta. Something to think about po. The way I look at it, sana wag na tayong maghanap muna ng solusyon sa COVID. Bigay na lang natin yun sa mga dalubhasa. That's their job. Pero siguro mas maganda is, ano bang healing process ang kailangan muna natin gawin? Sabi ng isang kaibigan ko na naging manager for the sales of Betadine, may protocol pala talaga, no? Ang wound parang curing of the wound. The cure pala of the wound is needing to first open the wound. Tanggapin na merong mali sa ating buhay. In order to clean the wound, tanggalin po ang sabihin natin already dead tissue. Mahapdi po yun kasi halos sarado na, pero dahil nagnanana sa loob, dapat buksan, tapos, kayo rin, linisin. Nanginginig po ang tuhod ko dahil kasi pareho itong operado. Ang sakit po ng surgery. Pero, sa aking alam, ilan bang surgery ko? Siguro, 6 na 4 sa isang tuhod, 1 sa kaliwang tuhod, 1 sa right hip. At 7 na pala. 2 na pala ang hip ko 7 surgery na po ako. Nung ika-4 ata o ika-5, sabi ko, 3 araw lang naman to 3 araw pong hirap. Pero after that, quality of life comes back. Pero sabi sa akin ng doktor, Father, hindi na pwede yung dati mong ginagawa. Ang una sa lahat, magpapayat ka. Nako, lalong mahirap po. Hanggang ngayon po, kahirapan. Kasi bibigay uli ang iyong balakang at tuhod kung hindi ka magpapapayat. In the process of making a new Francis, with a new mind and a new heart, In the image and the true likeness of God, bawat isa po sa atin. Ito yata ang gustong gawin sa panahon na ngayon. Huwag na tayong tumingin sa labas. Ulit-ulitin po nating tingnan ang ating sarili. At alam nyo, kayong nasa bahay, mga pamilya, magpapamilya, tanungin nyo naman po ang inyong asawa, ano bang dapat ko pa talagang baguhin? Seriously. If you think na yung asawa parang demonyo, get it from the devil's mouth. Kasi napakabuting demonyo yan pag sinabi sa'yo ang totoo. I would think he would not be a demonyo. He might be the voice of an angel, the voice of God. Tanungin niyo sa inyong mga anak, ano may ugali ko na dapat kong baguhin? Hindi niyo sila kaaway. Anak niyo sila eh. Kapamilya po man din. At kayo mga anak, magtanungan kayo magkakapatid. Kayo magkakakilala eh. Meron bang hindi nakakabuti sa ibang tao, sa aking pamamaraan ng salita, naku, yung aking mga judgment, yung mga pagtitext ko na masasakit pala ang aking mga salita. You know, yung texting sa social media, ang hirap po bawiin yan, ha? Kasi, lalo na pag nag-viral yan, paano mo i-retrieve? Pala, fake news. Fake news pala. And minsan, sa ating panahon, yung mga trolls, bayad pa. Think about the evil in society. Nag-create ka ng senaryo na hindi totoo. Nagsasabi ka ng masama sa isang tao, hindi totoo. Pero kung nakalulun po tayo sa ganyang social media, baka nahawa na tayo. Diba? Kung dumadaloy po sa ating Manila water, diba? Tubig, yung source pala, may patay na daga. Di pasok din sa atin. Yung lahat, abiba or whatever, kahit anong proseso yan. Ang punot dulo yan, doon mga maraming patay na daga eh. So, from within po, I think yun ang naiisip ko lang dito na prosesong hinihingi ng Diyos sa atin. Let us ask Mary, the cause of our joy, to first look at the cause of our pain. So that, from within the pain, by God's healing, love, and mercy, by the hands that mold us to a beautiful vessel, we can be life-giving. We can be contributing to a new heaven and a new earth.